My name is Brian Alexander, and welcome to MoneyWise with Brian. If this is your first time that you've joined us, why not just click in the link and subscribe? Click in the links and subscribe below. If this is your first time, welcome. Today we're just going to quickly touch on SARS, South African Revenue Service, and the targeting of South African expats, pensions, and income. And hold on, keep watching to the end, and I'm going to give you 6 tips what you could do to have the best outcome. So if you're one of those, as a South African myself, living and working offshore, it's becoming a challenging and interesting landscape to face with all the changes. Like many other South Africans have immigrated, or maybe you are seeking work or opportunities outside of South Africa. So maybe you're not offshore yet, but you are one of those that are really trying to get offshore right now, and make your way and look for better possible opportunities. Maybe it's better earnings that you're looking for, children's education. Maybe are looking to leave because of currency volatility or the political instability, or maybe it's just the safety in South Africa. Many reasons why possibly South Africans have already left, and of course are wanting to leave. One of the latest, though, is the tax laws by SARS coming over the last 3 to 4 years, with the effect on offshore earnings, the expat earnings, and of course the latest one on the SA invested pensions. So very two interesting tax laws that are coming in, and the reason is Knight Frank's Wealth Report did a report in this year, still February 2021. They established that South African high net worth individuals which are people that have assets of $1 million US decreased by 6,000 people in South Africa. That's between 2015 and 2020. That's around about just over 1,200 people per year that are high net worth individuals. That's a person that holds down 15 million rand or more in the current exchange rate, or more commonly known as $1 million. Then there's another 200 ultra high net worth individuals that decreased by nearly 18% of close to 200. These are people holding $30 million US asset net value. $30 million, and they have also left the shores of South Africa over the last 5 years. So if you were to take just the minimal on ultra high net worth and high net worth individuals, we're looking at $15 billion. $15 billion has left the shores. That's on minimal calculations on just those two parties. Further than that, we've got another 800,000 South Africans leaving the shores every single year, although the stats has been down because of COVID and has got down to as little as 200,000. So in other words, 600,000 frustrated South Africans sitting in South Africa at the moment, looking to probably go offshore. So the great outflow of South Africans and their income out of South Africa. So a massive outflow of immigration of South Africans. So obviously SARS has reacted over the last couple of years, and they've realized there are 2 opportunities to be able to recuperate and to try get back some funds that they are seriously short of. And those 2 areas are the SA pensions and the expat earnings. Not to mention the GEPF pension, but that's for another discussion altogether. That can hold down a YouTube video taking hours on the GEPF pension. but that you can see at a later stage. So the expat pensions and the expat earnings is what they are decided to target. And so SARS's South African Revenue Service have targeted, as of March 2020, SA residents employed out of South Africa for periods exceeding 183 days. If you do, you fall into that category, and you have a tax rate of 45% of your foreign employment income if it exceeds the 1.25 million. So you've got to declare whatever your income is to SARS according to the law, and if it exceeds 1.25 million, well, then you have a 45% tax rate. So you have a pension implication, which is what they called an exit tax, and you have a employment tax as well for all expats. So what is the South Africans' reactions? Obviously, I've already said they're all exiting out of South Africa. Remember, I'm going to give you those 6 tips in a few minutes, but let me tell you what the reactions have been so far. They're not just leaving the shores of South Africa, but they are certainly externalizing their assets and their pensions as quickly as possible. As well, those that are really currently offshore are obviously looking to bring the rest of their wealth that is sitting in South Africa, and most of that is on pensions. Now, say the stats have worked out, there's about 70% of all South African expats have still got a pension sitting in South Africa. And so with the new exit tax on pensions taking effect as of the 1st of March 2022. This law is going to have a serious effect on people's carefully planned pensions, and they are waiting to bring that offshore, or they're going to possibly just leave it in South Africa, and when they eventually finish working, retire back in South Africa. But that is obviously changing the minds of many people with this whole exit tax. And they are saying that if that's going to do this to my tax and to my pension, then I'm going to certainly look at taking my pension out of South Africa, and I will not be retiring in South Africa. So to be able to get an access to your pension and to move it offshore, the new rule is that you would have to be offshore for 3 years. And you're then going to be submitting to SARS your financial earnings for that 3-year period as proof of your financial immigration. So you can't just immigrate today and you've financially immigrated. It takes 3 years to financially immigrate. And in that time, you would have to show exactly what it is that you've earned and give proof to SARS what you've earned over that 3-year period. So not only will there be a significant impact on your pension, but now SARS has retrieved the info on your earnings they were looking for. So they needed the information as to what you were earning. Well, now this is the means to be able to gather the information that they are desiring. So they are achieving their target and their task that they have. So what could your actions be if you intend to immigrate, or you currently are offshore and have a pension or money still lying in South Africa? So yeah, the six tips that I have is: 1, invest nothing or as little as possible in a South African pension, and that can include a retirement annuity. Invest nothing or as little as possible in a SA pension or a retirement annuity. Number 2, move your capital and pension money offshore as quickly as you possibly can. Remember, if you're going to remove any of that, by say in January or February, you decide to move that just before the law kicks in March 2022, then I would suggest that you consider moving part of it before December, because then you have a greater lump sum to be able to move from your foreign investment, 10 million, and of course your discretionary 1 million. Now, if you only move it in January or February, then that's 11 million. But if you obviously remove it out in, say, November, December, and again in January, February, well, then you can move 22 million for a particular person. Right, so that's as well. Then as well, establish, number 3 would be establish, or 4, sorry, establish an offshore pension trust. Number 5 is establish an offshore trust or a business head office offshore. For example, in Mauritius, where if you had to do that and you met all the requirements, you literally will have a 7 years tax-free situation. And lastly, speak to an accountant, a tax lawyer, and a wealth manager all at the same time, or at least 2 of those, to get the correct information for your particular situation. Thank you very much for joining me. Brian Alexander, Money Wise with Brian. If you've liked this video, just give us a little like down below, or subscribe. Click on the little bell if you want more videos like this. Look forward to chatting to you soon. It's Money Wise with Brian Alexander. Thank you.